Alright guys, what's up? Data Live Season 2 Episode 1 review. I've been waiting so long for this season to come back. Probably around a year and a half? How long did Data Live end anyway? The first season, that is. Oh well. So pretty much just to sum this all up, this was pretty much mostly a funny episode. Well, in my opinion, that is. Just seeing Toka get so jealous of origami, and then she's mixing reality with a soap opera, and pretty much just to sum this up, Toka is starting to get a little bit out of hand because Kotori is reminding Shido that if Yoshino or Toka's mental stability goes down, their spirit powers could flow back into them. And it actually happened at the very beginning of the episode. Toka being upset because she thought Shido would hate her since she messed up his notes, which is absurd. And Yoshino, she's getting flustered because Yoshino, the puppet, flew off of her hand. And Shido just had to calm Toka down, saying, "No, I won't hate you for something like that. Don't worry." Then having to rush into the bathroom to rescue Yoshino. So Shido already got his hands tied with two. I mean, Kotori's not really a problem, so just handling those two is enough for Shido anyway. What else did I want to say? Oh yeah, with Toka, so many outbursts from her that it was insane. I mean, pretty much Origami knows how to get under Toka's skin. I mean, Origami didn't really do much, but still she was getting under Toka's skin. And Toka was just getting so upset and jealous. And once again, because of that, her mental stability went down and her spirit power started flowing back into her. Throughout this entire episode, that is. And because of that, she's bringing trouble upon herself, and I'll get into that later. But anyway, pretty much, Toka thought that Shido was going to leave her because she saw his suitcase and it had all his clothes packed in. She was watching a soap opera with Yoshino, and the man was saying, "I can't be with you anymore." And then all of a sudden, Shido was able to calm her down. When she comes back and watches another part of the soap opera, the guy's with his mistress. The mistress saying, "Hey, did you get rid of her?" And he's saying, "Yeah, I bought her favorite stuff and then I left." And by coincidence, Shido bought Toka her favorite food, which I believe is kinako bread. Yeah, kinako bread. And Toka, seeing the similarities and seeing that Shido went off again, she was upset, pissed. But the only reason Shido left was because the lock to his suitcase was broke because of Toka, and he had to go repair it. And so he decided to meet up with Origami anyway, since both of them still need to talk about what happened between her and the AST. So anyway, she gets upset. She grabs the briefcase. Well, Toka chases after Shido, sees him and Origami, and she's picturing them like how it went in the soap opera. So flustered, she runs, grabs a suitcase, yada yada. Pretty much the end result, Shido was able to calm her down. You know, kiss. Spirit powers flow back into Shido. Toka's mental stability is stable now. Everything's good. Now to get into Origami and Shido. Origami had texted Shido saying, "Come outside, I'm waiting for you," yada yada. And then they start talking about the AST. She said that she got a 2-month suspension, which is lucky for her because, in all honesty, she should have been discharged and had her memories wiped. It doesn't get into too much detail in the anime, but that's pretty much how the end result was supposed to happen. She was supposed to have gotten discharged and her memories wiped, but instead she got a 2-month suspension. And that was because of the man who had appeared briefly within the episode. His name is Isaac Westcott. He he's a pretty big leader from Deus Ex Machina, also known as Dem, which they call it in the episode. And later on in this episode, we see Isaac and his I believe his secretary, Ellen Mathers. They because of Toga getting out of hand earlier on in the episode, they was able to find traces of Princess. That's pretty much the AST and Dem's code name for a princess. And they was making some connections to Princess Toka and Yatogami Toka, who attends Rising High School, because pretty much they're the same thing. And Isaac and Ellen catching up on this, well, making the connections, they pretty much already know that Toka and Princess are the same people, that Toka is a spirit. But they can't just go on that without any proof. So Isaac pretty much sends in Ellen to do some investigation. And he calls Ellen Mathers the greatest wizard, a wizard who is second to none. So if this is true, then that means that Ellen is a greater wizard than Origami and Mana. Because we all remember Mana, Shido's sister. OP as fuck. I mean, Mana's just so beastly. But I won't really get too much into it. Oh, and by the way, I hope they show Mana next episode, because we didn't even get to see her. Because I mean, think about it. She got filled up with bullets by Kurumi, and I'm gonna get to Kurumi later. But I won't really say too much, because hopefully they'll show Mana in the next episode. But I really hope we get her scene, because her scene was something that really shocked me when I first read it in the novels. But anyway, hopefully you guys will see it next episode. I won't get into it. I won't spoil it. Kurumi. Last thing I wanted to talk about. Excuse me. I made a video, my last day live video. I was talking about how the animators and the script writers and so forth didn't put Kurumi's scene in episode 13, because that's where it was supposed to go, going by chronological. And in a chronological standpoint, it should have been done in episode 13, in my opinion. But for some reason, they decided to put in this episode of the second season, which I don't really mind. I don't really care. But they finally get into it, and they pretty much my thoughts are so jumbled today. Kurumi, she's standing on top of a building. She's holding a gun to her head, obviously. And she turns around and she starts talking to a figure. And this is the part that I really didn't like. They didn't do this scene well enough, because she was talking to. I shouldn't spoil it. No, I'm not going to spoil it. She's just talking to a figure. But the way it was done is just something that I really didn't like. I can't really say anything without spoiling who the character is. But I mean, even though we still haven't seen the character yet. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna say the person she was talking to was Phantom. Phantom is the person that Kotori had named, the person who had erased Shido and Kotori's memories of when Ifrit, the Flame Spirit, had pretty much run amok like 10 years ago or so. And I still don't know. The way they did this scene with Kurumi talking to Phantom was not well done, in my opinion. The scene overall was fantastic. I loved it. I love Kurumi. Probably my favorite character in the Day Live series. So anyway, Kurumi reveals that she plans to use Zafkiel's bullet, one of its bullets, to travel back in time to kill the creator of all spirits that landed 30 years ago. Now, it showed in the beginning of the episode that the first space quake happened 30 years prior to the current storyline, and that because of that first space quake, 130 million people died. Now, what we didn't know was that it was actually caused by something. And that something was revealed by Kurumi, saying that it was the creator of all spirits, which is probably a female, obviously. So she plans to go back 30 years prior and kill the creator of all spirits. But in order to do so, she needs power. She needs Shido's power, which was why she confronted him in the first place. And Phantom was the one who told Kurumi about it. So Kurumi, needing to complete her objective, she pretty much scouted Shido out. And the thing about it is that Kurumi doesn't really want Shido's ability to absorb spirit powers. She wants the spirit powers that are inside Shido. And I already explained this in my last Data Live video discussion that I made. If you want to see it, go click on it. I've never done this before, but I'm going to try and leave a link on the video, like right here, or here, or here, or here, or here. Somewhere in the video. I'm going to try and leave a link. I've never done it before, so hopefully I'll be able to do it. So pretty much that's all that there was to this episode. We get a preview of next episode. Shido meets the twin spirits, and it seems like they're finally on their trip. And we also get a preview of Ellen Mathers on a plane with Shido and Toka. So is she gonna make her move next episode, or is she just gonna play it safe? We'll find out next episode. Alright guys, rate, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys thought of this episode. I thought it was awesome, funny, had some good awesome moments, and Kurumi, I fucking love Kurumi. Anyway, rate, comment, subscribe you guys. I'll catch y'all later.